You're holding something sacred in your hands. Not a coin. Not a check. Not a wallet full of notes. You're holding a prayer. And if you speak it slowly, intentionally, reverently, it will not just change your mind. It will become your mind. Word by word. Layer by layer. Until you don't just have wealth. You are wealth. Let us begin at the beginning. Not with hustle. Not with effort. But with surrender. Because the wealthiest people don't always start with capital. But they always start with clarity. Clarity of thought. Clarity of speech. Clarity of vibration. Here is the beginning of the prayer. I am a vessel of divine wealth. It flows through me not from effort, but from alignment. Pause. Feel what that does to your chest. To your spine. To your breath. Say it again. I am a vessel of divine wealth. Not a hoarder. Not a beggar. Not even an owner. A vessel. One who lets it move. One who trusts the source. One who stops clutching and starts becoming. You've been taught to grip. To grind. To chase. But this prayer is teaching you to receive. To expand. To circulate. To stop proving. And start embodying. Because divine wealth never flows to prove your worth. It flows because of who you already are. Who you remember yourself to be. Let this be the next line. My wealth is not earned, it is revealed. Say it again, and this time let your nervous system hear it. My wealth is not earned, it is revealed. This line will offend every old program inside you. Every inherited pattern that says you must suffer, struggle, or sacrifice to be worthy of abundance. But say it anyway. Because this is the beginning of your unlearning. You were not sent here to audition for survival. You were sent here to become an example of divine supply. An example of what grace looks like in motion. You are not selfish for wanting more. You are strategic for receiving it. Because your expansion blesses everyone who sees you rise. And that brings us to the next line. When I expand, others remember what's possible. You see, every time you claim your abundance, you become an echo. A reminder. A frequency reset for someone else. This is why your wealth is not just personal. It's generational. It's spiritual. It's catalytic. So speak this boldly. My abundance is an assignment. Yes. An assignment. A calling. Not to prove. Not to flex. But to show what happens when you align. Right here. Let us pause to breathe. Let us pause to anchor what we've said so far. I am a vessel of divine wealth. My wealth is not earned, it is revealed. When I expand, others remember what's possible. My abundance is an assignment. Read them again slowly. Let them echo inside you. Let them become you. Because repetition rewires. And this prayer was built not to inspire you for a moment, but to reprogram you permanently. Now pause and look at your life. Look at the moments when you played small. When you apologized for wanting more, when you doubted yourself the moment increase showed up at your door. It wasn't your fault. You were just echoing the fear of those who came before you. But now you're echoing something else. Something holy. Something magnetic. Let this be the next line. I carry no guilt for my expansion, only gratitude. This line is important. Because many people sabotage abundance once it starts flowing. They feel undeserving. Unqualified. Isolated. But not you. Not anymore. Because you're not gathering money to escape something. You're receiving wealth to express something. You're not getting rich to feel safe. You're rising to feel on purpose. Now declare this: the more I receive, the more I remember who I am. And when you say that, you activate the blueprint. The divine, pre-coded, soul-level template that was always whispering under your doubt. This is not about attracting wealth. It's about awakening the part of you that was always wealthy. Say this again: I am not becoming rich, I am remembering I was never poor. That one might shake something inside you. Let it shake loose everything that no longer fits your future. Now pause here. Place your hands over your heart, yes, even now. Feel your heartbeat. It's been beating to the rhythm of this prayer your whole life, even before you heard it with your ears. Speak this one last line for today: the rhythm of my wealth has always been inside me. I now align with its sound. You are not separate from abundance. You are the instrument it plays through. And the more you speak these words, the more the song of prosperity sings back. If this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Someone else needs these words. Someone else is one prayer away from remembering. Speech balloon, drop a comment below with the line that struck your soul. Outgoing mail, and if this moved you, subscribe now so you don't miss what's next. Your next word may be the one that changes everything. We are still praying. Not begging. Not pleading. But remembering. Word by word. Layer by layer. Line by line. Each phrase is unlocking a new frequency. Each sentence is setting you free. Today, we begin with this: I no longer chase wealth, I host it. Let that phrase rest on your tongue. Feel the shift. To chase is to believe it's far away. To host is to believe it's already here. And here is the truth: your home, your mind, your body, your soul have been preparing for this visit all along. You are not trying to attract money from the outside. You are creating a sacred space for it on the inside. So speak this next: wealth feels at home with me. Do you know how powerful that is? When wealth feels welcome, it stays. When it feels judged, it hides. When it feels worshipped, it tests. But when it feels honored, it multiplies. Let wealth feel honored in your presence. Not from desperation. Not from fear. But from reverence. You are the environment where prosperity grows roots. Now speak this out loud: my mind is the garden where wealth blooms. Don't rush past this line. Sit with it. Because your mind isn't just a receiver, it's a cultivator. What you allow, what you water, what you repeat, becomes your atmosphere. And wealth isn't attracted to noise. It's attracted to nourishment. This is why your stillness matters. Your clarity matters. Your peace matters. Speak this softly: I protect my peace because it protects my prosperity. Yes. That is the code most never learn. They chase external gain while ignoring internal grounding. But you're doing it differently. You're building from the root up. From soul to speech. From silence to overflow. Now say this: I do not fear stillness, I know wealth forms in quiet. This line is your anchor. In a world obsessed with constant motion, you become magnetic through divine stillness. You are no longer a beggar at the gate. You are the gate. And you decide what walks in. So let this be your next line: I no longer wait for permission to prosper. Because the delay was never outside you. It was never about luck, or timing, or connections. It was about readiness. And right now, you're ready. Not because you finally proved yourself, but because you finally remembered yourself. Speak this gently: I've always been enough. Now I'm aligned enough to receive. This line is the hinge on which the door of wealth swings open. Because your prayer isn't begging. Your prayer is receiving. Let us return to that word, receive. Say it softly, boldly, repeatedly. I receive. I receive. I receive. Say it like a mantra, like a sacred pulse, like your spirit's native tongue. Because what you speak with faith, you attract with ease. And you were not created for crumbs. You were born for banquets. So here's your next line: I make room for overflow. This is the part most forget. They ask for more but stay full of fear. They plead for blessings but leave no space in their schedule, heart, or wallet, but not you. You're clearing space now. Energetically, emotionally, literally. Say this: I am available for more. More love. More joy. More rest. More wealth. And not from ego, but from alignment. From obedience. From inner agreement. Let this be your next sacred declaration: I do not ask for excess, I ask for expression. Because your prosperity is not about hoarding. It's about becoming. It's about revealing the truest version of you. You don't want wealth just to have it. You want wealth to honor what you carry. To live how you're called to live. To give how you're called to give. Now breathe this line into your bones: when I rise, everything connected to me rises. You've been taught to fear your shine. To dim it. To delay it. To downplay it. But your rise is holy. It's a signal to those watching silently from the shadows. It's a lighthouse for souls who forgot what light feels like. This prayer is not about you only. It's about everyone your voice will reach. Everyone your freedom will awaken. So close this moment with these words: I rise boldly so others remember they can too. And as always, return to the rhythm. Because rhythm is how spirit breathes. How alignment flows. How wealth whispers. This is not just a prayer. This is a blueprint. A vibration. A legacy. And you, yes, you are the living vessel for it. Speech balloon: if you're feeling this shift, speak it in the comments. What line touched you the most? Outgoing male, subscribe now, because you're not just here for words. You're here for the transformation they bring. Let us begin this space. Not by rushing forward, but by falling deeper inward. This is not a hustle prayer. This is a harvest prayer. A remembrance. A reclamation. A restoration. So breathe with this line: what belongs to me returns, multiplied. You've sown more than they know. Given more than they saw. Believed longer than most would endure. And this is your return season. Not just money, but meaning. Not just wealth, but wisdom. Not just success, but sacred alignment. Speak this softly: I do not chase what's mine, I magnetize it. You are no longer in pursuit. You are now in position. Let that shift settle inside. Because the nervous system needs time to adjust from survival to sovereignty. You are safe now. And wealth travels fastest through safe channels. Say this with peace: money moves peacefully through me. No more resistance. No more shame. No more second guessing the flow. You are not a mistake. You are a miracle. You are not an exception. You are the example. And every dollar that comes to you now carries the instruction to bless, build, and expand. So let us say this: every dollar I receive is an agent of divine purpose. You've upgraded your money mission. This isn't just about numbers. It's about names, lives, generations. Because when you become aligned, wealth becomes assigned. Say this slowly: heaven has assigned increase to my name. Yes. Let that echo. Because you're not begging heaven to open. You're becoming the kind of vessel heaven trusts. You've upgraded your speech, your posture, your patience. And now you're upgrading your receiving. So let this line guide you: I allow the good that's been waiting. There is so much that's already lined up. Not blocked. Not withheld. Just waiting. Waiting on your full yes. Waiting on your deep rest. Waiting on your healed self-worth. Let it arrive now. And speak this out loud: I allow what once overwhelmed me to bless me. That's the transformation. You used to fear big responsibility. Now you carry it with grace. You used to shrink in rooms of power. Now you realize, you are the room. You used to feel unseen. Now the light can't help but find you. Because your prayer is now a signal. A signal to favor. To provision. To opportunity. Say this: opportunity recognizes me. You don't need to force it. Don't need to beg. Don't need to be louder or faster or flashier. Just aligned. Because aligned souls are the loudest in the spirit realm. They speak without noise. They command without striving. Say this quietly: I do not perform for prosperity, I prepare for it. Because your preparation is your declaration. You're rearranging your space. Rewriting your internal code. Rerouting your nervous system. Every choice you make now is telling wealth, I'm ready. And so we speak: I am trusted with treasure and I treat it as sacred. Because stewardship is the secret. And you're not just building riches. You're building reverence. That's what makes you different. That's why the abundance coming to you is permanent. It's not a spike. It's not a trend. It's a transformation. Say this now: nothing missing. Nothing stolen. Everything returned. That's the promise. And it's not from desperation, but from divine design. And still, we breathe. We pause. We give thanks. Because in this prayer, we are not trying to convince the universe. We are letting the universe witness our certainty. So say it again: I am certain. I am settled. I am supplied. Let those 3 words become your new trinity: certain, settled, supplied. Write them. Repeat them. Breathe them. They will carry you through the days when doubt knocks. They will anchor you when fear whispers. They will crown you when overflow arrives. And you will not be shaken. Speech balloon comment below: what 3 words are anchoring your journey today? Outgoing mail: if this prayer is becoming your rhythm, subscribe now. Because the rest of your life is waiting to match this frequency. There are some prayers you only understand after the promise comes. Because when you're still waiting, still hoping, still stretching, it's hard to see the beauty in delay. But the prayer we're building here isn't just for speed. It's for substance. So breathe in this knowing: my wealth will not rush me, it will raise me. Because this is not fast money. This is faith money. And faith takes time. Time to unlearn. Time to forgive. Time to prepare for the kind of life that doesn't fall apart when the blessings arrive. Say this softly: the money I receive will never cost me my peace. That is your new wealth policy. Peace is the proof. If the opportunity robs your rest, it's not aligned. If the deal drains your joy, it's not your door. You are not building an empire on exhaustion. You are building it on ease, on energy, on elevation. Say this: every business decision I make is blessed by divine clarity. No more confusion. No more half-open doors. No more guessing what's next. You're not throwing darts in the dark. You are guided by light. You've recalibrated your mind. Now you're recalibrating your calendar, your conversations, your choices. Say this slowly: my time is no longer cheap, it is consecrated. Because when your time is sacred, your results become sacred. And when you stop giving away your time to what doesn't align, the universe rushes to fill the space with what does. You are no longer filling your hours with noise. You are filling your days with destiny. Say this now: my schedule makes room for miracles. You've seen what happens when you overcommit. Now see what happens when you overflow. Because blessings don't need your burnout. They need your availability. The healed version of you makes different appointments. And money respects the healed version of you. So we say, money honors my boundaries. It used to require overworking, overgiving, overproving. Now it arrives with less effort, but more essence. Now you can rest and still receive. Now you can speak softly and still shake the room. Now you can move slow and still be magnetic. Say this aloud: I do not chase speed, I choose significance. Because what's significant to your soul is what's now being funded. Your business significant. Your healing significant. Your rest significant. Your voice so very significant. And the prayer you speak today is funding the reality you'll live next year. So say it again: my words are deposits, my life is the return. You're not hoping anymore. You're declaring. You're not wishing. You're witnessing. And in this sacred moment, you're doing more than repeating phrases. You're reprogramming your future. Say this quietly: I'm not waiting to feel worthy. I decide it now. Because worthiness is not a prize you earn. It's a place you come home to. You are already enough. Already chosen. Already backed by divine abundance. Let that truth become louder than your fear. Say this: I no longer ask for crumbs, I welcome the feast. Because when the soul is full, you stop tolerating what depletes you. This prayer isn't about becoming someone else. It's about returning to who you really are. A receiver. A restorer. A revealer of divine riches. Say this softly: I remember who I am and everything remembers me. Yes. Even money. Even purpose. Even joy. They remember. And they are finding their way back to you now. Speech balloon comment below: what feast are you finally welcoming into your life? Outgoing male, if these words are waking up something inside you, subscribe and let the flow become your new frequency. There's a kind of silence that isn't empty. It's sacred. It's the stillness between declarations, the breath between breakthroughs, the hush before the harvest. You've entered that space now. And what you say here will shape the seasons ahead. So we say, I am not afraid of the quiet, I listen for the confirmation. Because those who receive most are those who listen deeply. Not to fear, not to lack, but to the divine voice that has always whispered, "You were born for more." This prayer isn't about begging for blessings. It's about becoming the place blessings feel safe to land. So say this: I am the sanctuary where wealth rests. Not just visits. Rests. Because chaotic energy may attract attention, but calm energy attracts commitment. And that's what you're entering now. No more quick wins. No more rushed results. Only rooted riches. Say this slowly: what I build now will bless generations. Yes. Generational. Because this isn't just about the next payment. This is about the next paradigm. This is about building a mindset so deep that even when you're gone, your alignment still echoes in the lives of those you touched. So say this with faith: I plant in peace, and I harvest in overflow. You're not panicking your way to prosperity. You're preparing, positioning, praying. And each word you speak now is setting up unseen shifts in your future. So let us say it again. I no longer operate on pressure, I move by permission. Because when you need pressure to move, you collapse when it's gone. But when you move by permission, by divine instruction, by inner knowing, you rise on rhythm, not reaction. You rise with grace. You rise with glory. You rise with God. Say this softly: I'm not in a rush, I'm in alignment. Let your timing feel different now. Let your steps feel lighter. Let your plans feel peaceful. Because divine ideas are not loud. They arrive as whispers, as nudges, as prayers. So say this now: the wealth I seek is seeking me back. It knows your name. It knows your rhythm. It's following the scent of your surrender. And it's closer than it's ever been. But here's what the healed version of you understands: you don't need more noise. You need more knowing. So declare this: my inner world is my new strategy. Let them market. Let them hustle. Let them shout. You sit. You speak. You soak. You soak in divine confidence. Divine identity. Divine wealth. Because now, you realize you were never chasing money. You were chasing remembrance. The remembrance of who you've always been. And the prayer that builds your millionaire mindset is not about asking harder. It's about remembering deeper. Say this: I am not here to attract, I'm here to remember I've always been chosen. Yes, chosen. When you truly believe that, you stop performing. You stop proving. You stop pretending. And the moment you stop pretending, your real power begins to pour in. This is what the next level of wealth feels like. Not loud, but luminous. Not forced, but flowing. Not panicked, but prayerful. Say this out loud: from this day forward, I let my peace do the work. Let your peace be your strategy. Let your softness be your signal. Let your prayer be your prosperity. Speech balloon. Share in the comments what part of your mindset is rising today. Outgoing mail. Subscribe and let your soul stay nourished. Because the next prayer is already forming. Let this final stretch be the softest landing. You've traveled far. Not in miles, but in mindset. You've come from panic to prayer. From fear to fullness. From noise to knowing. And now, you stand not on the edge of a breakthrough, but inside it. So we begin this closing prayer with a simple line: I am not preparing for overflow, I am already in it. Yes. You're not becoming. You're revealing. Not chasing. just choosing. You've built it word by word, truth by truth, declaration by declaration. And now you're ready to live in the results of the prayers you never gave up on. Say this gently: wealth is no longer a stranger to me, it is my inheritance. You do not have to earn what's already yours. You only have to accept it. Let that land. You don't hustle to be loved. You don't grind to be seen. You don't strive to be chosen. You are chosen. You are wealthy. You are ready. Say this now: I no longer seek permission to prosper, I speak as one already blessed. Because blessed people talk differently. They walk differently. They wait differently. You can hear the difference in their stillness. So breathe. And say, I don't force what's mine, I flow toward it. Let the force fall away. Let the fear fall off. Let the flow rise within you. Because here's the final truth, the prayer that builds a multi-millionaire mindset. Isn't a one-time chant. It's a rhythm. A rhythm you wake up to. A rhythm you return to. A rhythm that reminds you. You are not here to impress. You are here to embody. You are divine design in motion. You are answered prayer in skin. And when you speak from that place, money listens. Opportunities respond. Rooms shift. So whisper it one last time: my words are not small, they shape empires. Your mindset is your mansion now. Every thought a window. Every word a wall of protection. Every belief a beam of light. And with each new prayer, you are renovating your future. So we seal this moment with one final affirmation: I am the home where divine riches live. And so it is. And so it will continue to be. Speech balloon comment below: which line became your anchor today? Outgoing mail. Subscribe if this spoke to you. Because every word from here on will be written in alignment, spoken in peace, and received in perfect, divine timing.